saw your smile. Oh, we can go across the oceans and see the world tonight. Oh, say hello to the mountains and watch the new sunrise. But no matter what the country, the city, the street, by land or by sea, together forever is my favorite place to be.
Ahoy guys, and welcome back to our next episode of Sailing Sophisticated Lady. In our previous episode, you'll remember that we brought you to the beautiful but remote islands of San Blas in Panama. Well, in today's episode, you're gonna find out why you can't take the good days without sometimes weathering the bad, literally. So begins our day at Coco Banderas, San Blas. Beautiful morning, 7 o'clock in the morning. Still quiet, nobody else is awake or on deck. So El Capitan likes to come out and just enjoy a little quiet time. Yeah, I'll tell you, it's been a long time since we've ever been here and not had a fixed agenda on our way somewhere and needed to be someplace in a hurry, on a schedule, whatever. You know, we got places we want to go, but for the first time it's like, do we need to be there today or tomorrow? Not really. So I think we just decided we're just going to chill out for a little bit and take our time and catch up on a few things. We've had some busy weeks. It's nice to just take some chill time, especially a place like this, because the sailing is beautiful and it's been so good for little Ricci learning how to walk around on deck and everything, even when we're under sail, because the sailing here is very docile compared to out on the big ocean. The San Blas is an archipelago that has a big body of water in between all the islands that stays almost perfectly flat almost all the time. So it's a great spot for sailing. You can do like 7-8 knots in flat, calm water. Sometimes you'll get gaps between the islands where you'll run into some waves, some swell coming off the ocean, but certainly nothing extreme. Even in 20-25 knots of wind, it's still, you know, they're fairly, I hesitate to say calm, as there's still like 2, 3, 4 meter waves, but the fetch between them is great. So they're just, you just go over them and under them and over them and under them. It's very comfortable sailing, got to admit. So everybody's really enjoying it, including Maddy, because she hasn't been here and done a lot of sailing in the past. We've always just skipped through on our way someplace else. But yeah, I think we're going to spend maybe a week at least anyway, and we'll catch the next weather window out when we're ready, when we feel like it. But for now, we're going to settle in and order some provisions. The Guna Indians have some delivery boats and stuff that come in with supplies, usually 2-3 times a week. So we order some stuff from them and they bring it out to us, which is very convenient. A little more expensive, you got to expect that. It's delivered, you know, hand-picked for you in the city, but very nice to have that kind of service available out here in the middle of nowhere, because there's no grocery stores out here, that's for sure. We're hundreds of miles from anything like that. So I think we're good. We got lots of provisions on board. We stocked up well before we left, so it's only fresh fruits and veggies and stuff that we actually need to keep up on stock, so we bring those in as we need to. So I imagine we'll see one of those boats around in the next few days, but for now, we chill. Yeah, and that's another benefit in these areas. We have a great breeze almost all the time. It's almost always blowing 12 to 15 knots. And the new wind generator has been doing phenomenal. Just in the last 3 days, it's put out 5.5 kilowatt hours. So we actually get usable energy from this machine. It's much better, much higher output than we got from the other one that we were using previously. But you know, the D400 was a great wind generator. I have nothing bad to say about it. I mean, it stood up there for 10 to 12 years and just put out little bits of power all the time, but very consistently, without interruption and without ever needing service. So it was a very dependable machine also. But as our energy needs grow on a boat like this, as we become more and more like trying to live like more like you would in a house, we need more energy. So that starts not only with the solar panels, you know, I've got here, but also with finding a new wind generator that will help contribute to that energy consumption. And this one actually does. So that makes a big difference for us also. And very happy with the results so far. I mean, when we're talking kilowatt hours per day from a small wind generator on a boat, that's a nice, a nice feature to have for sure. So definitely appreciating this one. 2 thumbs up. First morning visitor on the island. Up for a little stroll around the beach. And it's not a long walk, but it's a nice walk. And it doesn't get much better than that, guys. Chilling on a boat in the San Blas. Very cool. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Oh, first signs of life on board?
Yeah.
How'd you sleep, alright?
Oh, I sleep amazing.
It was a nice night, huh?
Yeah.
Quiet, chill,
Yeah.
a little bit of rain. Tiki, you already had your breakfast? Yes, good girl.
Hey Obi, what are you doing?
Cleaning the toilet.
Oh, nice job.
Sanding the toilet.
Yeah, this toilet seat.
Sanding the toilet seat, yeah.
I think so. We have a new toilet for the captain very soon. You like the place?
And it's the best workplace I ever had. Look at the view.
Yeah, I think so. It's the best workplace ever.
Hey, bud, did you have a good
You
sleep?
say,
Oh, thank you.
I don't know.
Thank
Did
you.
you have a good sleep?
I hear him wake up quite a few times.
You wake up too much this night. Mama sleep,
Yeah.
slept silence.
He looks nice and relaxed. I don't know about Mom.
No.
Mom was up lots last night, I know.
Yeah, I
Hey,
don't know
little bud.
why. Beautiful day, yeah.
It is. Yeah, spectacular morning.
Wow. Nice.
New toilet.
You know, but the same way you go in the bath, you need something nice
Exactly.
for you be comfortable.
Your behind needs something nice.
Well, we have quite a different view this morning. It's beautiful, but not the greatest conditions. It's pissing down rain and blowing like stink. And the wind's coming directly out of the east, so it's got us all pushed up against this little island that yesterday was our paradise.
Yeah, yes, it was a very nice paradise.
Today it's potentially our worst nightmare. Yeah, just like these guys, look. They're already, their anchor let go, they're pushed up on the reef. Yeah, they're trying to push the boat off with the dinghy. So I guess their anchor was not set well, so they drifted back onto the shallow water. Not a good position to be in. Down to 18 knots now. It was up to 22 to 24 earlier. Yeah, the wind is coming just south of east.
Yeah.
So it's got us pushed around up against the reef.
We're lucky we have a good mantis. Thank you, mantis. Thank you so much for keeping us safe.
Yeah, we just woke up and it was blowing like stink, and it was like, we better check the reef.
Yeah, we are almost on the island.
Because it's right there. And you can see that's shallow. But luckily, so far we're not on the reef. So fingers crossed it stays that way. Oh, they're getting the bow out? Okay, good. Yeah, that's what they need to do. The guy's pushing the transom, but they need to push the bow.
Yeah, they put the chain, the anchor another time, and I think so they try to...
Yeah, once they get the bow out, then they can use the engine propulsion to move.
After 11 days in San Blas, is the first really bad day that we have here.
Yeah.
And
We've had some rain, but not any big squalls.
yeah, we are lucky. In Bocas, I think so every day like this.
Hey, Ricci. Hi.
I love water, Ricci, eh? Look, you are just so wet. Eh? You love water.
Oh, where's Tiki? Still downstairs?
It's here, it's here.
Oh, they're still working on it over there.
This is the life of a sailor. Sometimes under the rain you need to work hard for your survival. The same because in San Blas we have all reef around us. If you are not there, you're stuck or broken the boat and you're fried.
Yeah. All we can do is just wait, keep an eye out.
Yep.
But so far our anchor's holding well. Ricci likes the water. Yeah, you like the water.
You make a shower?
It's a free shower, Mommy.
Ooh.
Whoops.
You don't have
Careful,
a
it's
scare,
slippery.
about cold water or something.
Nope. Just give me the water.
Yeah, I see you're collecting a lot of water.
Cool, huh? Ricci got his own rain bucket. Is that nice? Yeah, that's cool. Yep. Water. Not having any luck over there? Uh-oh. Fell in the water trying to get out of the dinghy. Alright, they got a break in the wind now. They should be able to push off.
They're struggling.
That's a lot of smoke. I don't know if he's actually trying to pull the boat or is he just trying to move out with the anchor. I don't see a chain coming out of the front of the dinghy. But he's going to have a lot more effect getting on the other side of the bow and pushing than he is pulling. And there you can see the problem. That anchor. That anchor is a piece of crap. And way too small for that boat for a squall. But this is typically the issue with most boats out here. Inadequate gear. And these guys have had their bow stuck out for a long time now. I don't know why they don't zigzag the rudder back and forth and push themselves off, but they just keep trying to push with the dinghy. Which they got the bow out with. That was a good start. But with the bow pointed towards deeper water, they should be able to get off under their own power. They have way more power in that diesel engine than they're going to have in any of these dinghies, that's for sure. So it looks like the Kunas are going to try and take the anchor back out to deeper water again so they can use it to try and kedge themselves off again. But last time they pulled too hard on it and just popped the anchor out again. So if it didn't hold in the squall, it's certainly not going to hold to help them pull off a reef. About now is when we all started to realize that the problem they were actually having is that they had lost their main propulsion. I kept seeing tons of diesel smoke coming out the back, but no prop wash. That's a bad sign. So that being the case, Ruby and I hopped in the dinghy to go over and lend a couple extra horsepower.
You know what they try to do?
Once on scene, I started to talk to the owner-captain, who proceeded to tell me that their propeller had literally exploded into 3 pieces and fell on the ocean floor. And on top of that, he just lost his windlass. He was not having a good day.
I told you guys, in our life you never are bored. All the day happens something that keep you alive. This is Captain Ruby and another 2 guys from a German boat. This is the captain for another catamaran. Yes, I can start to come on board now. I think so. We got to bring the control of the engine or go to help. You see where is Daddy, Ricci? Hey, Ricci, where is Daddy? Where is Daddy? This is the best of for be in a sailor community. Everyone help each other.
It didn't take long to figure out that he had simply lost power with the windlass, so I asked him to go down below and reset the breaker.
Another boat coming to help. Another dinghy. It's great, really great. I think so in the mainland it's very rare to see something like this. Really, it's very rare. Okay, I think so everyone got to push with their dinghy, the boat in the port size.
With the windlass operating again, we organized a couple of the boats to go on the port side and keep pushing the bow into deeper water, while we had a few of the other boats at the back to push forward and hopefully wiggle the keel just enough to work our way off the reef.
Okay, I think so. Ricci got to push the boat from the back. And another guys.
So it actually took about 20 minutes of working him from side to side to get the keel dislodged, but finally we got him. Now we just need to get his anchor back on deck, and then we'd use all the dinghies to pull him out into safe water where he can re-drop, and we can try and reset him just using the dinghies. Unfortunately, he dropped a little bit too early, right in the middle of all the sailboats still in the anchorage. That didn't make some of the other captains too comfortable, so finally we talked him into pulling up anchor again and took him out past the other boats into an area where he'd be safe. And just in time, because we had another squall line forming on the horizon that was coming straight for us. And here again, you can see this little plow anchor is way too small for this size of boat. I mean, I had a bigger anchor than this on my 30-footer years ago.
Hey there, buddy. Where do you clip it? Right on the bottom.
bottom of the back stay. Yep. Perfect.
Full job this morning, eh?
Woo! Hard job, but it worked. They're safe now.
Hopefully, yeah.
Disaster averted.
Yep.
But
That
the
used some battery
yank,
power.
but I don't understand. The Yanko is too little of dimension, then
The
don't.
anchor's too little and his propeller shattered.
No.
It just destroyed. I mean, it had no propulsion, no engine, nothing.
Wow.
Broke in 3 pieces.
It just broke into 3 pieces and fell on the ground.
Crazy.
Ah, wow.
It's like, wow, okay, now we understand the problem. But, yeah, we had enough dinghies and enough power and got the job done. So, and we took them out past the other boats, just get them safe out of here. Wow, look, we're right at the beach. We got the best spot in the house now, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Looks like we could almost just step out on the sand.
Yeah.
So, I guess we probably want to move before the next big storm.
Second day.
Second day.
It's very nice.
That is a special paint station.
Better than this.
Island paint station.
Island Pay Station. It's beautiful. This is the best spot, the same because you can paint in to all the sides, to each side in contemporaneously. You don't need to wait the one side
Exactly.
dry.
Yeah.
Ricci,
I know
what are you
it is. I
looking?
know
You are
what
so
he's looking
curious,
for.
eh? Yeah. Yeah, in the meantime, we change the spot. Today, Green Island. It's a very big, long island. Beautiful water. Only the weather is a little gray, but always is nice.
Super calm the water today.
Yeah, it's very calm after the storm. The calm is the king.
Yeah.